With the allowable growth being the bloodline of Iowa Public Schools, what percentage allowable growth will you advocate for in the session?
Education is the most important thing that we have in our communities. It's what keeps, it's what makes businesses want to move to your town. I realize that it's the most important thing that Carroll has, is education. I would say that I will keep the highest amount possible for the school, and education now is a major part of our state budget, and I intend to keep it that way. Another thing that I would like to do for education, to be a friend of education, is I would like to give our Kemper families a little bit of a break. Right now, their total amount that they can take off on their tax credit is $250. It's the first 25% of $1,000. I'd like to see that moved up to $2,000, where they would get a tax credit of $500 instead of $250. It's something we can do for our friends and our families at Kemper. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, now Representative Dan Mulbauer, the Democrat. Again, what percentage of allowable growth will you advocate for in this session?
Well, as I started out my opening, first thing we need to do is set allowable growth. Last year we faltered and did not even set allowable growth. The governor is looking for setting a 2-year allowable growth instead of an every year allowable growth, which is fine, but we still should have set last year's allowable growth. I actually was looking at a bill to bring forward, and they're thinking it's not constitutional, but I'm looking at any declining school should probably have a 4% allowable growth. Any break-even school that is not losing population, a 2% allowable growth. And a school that is growing at 0% allowable growth because they're making money on the pupils that are coming. It's a pupils race. But we need to look more than just at allowable growth. And we look at our rural areas, we have busing issues. We pay more for busing that could be going towards teachers. How do we balance that busing issue? Those are things we need to look at. We have silo funds out here in schools that are declining that in a few years may be closing. Let's look at spending some of those dollars that are locked up there for operational monies. We can buy a bus, we can build a building, but we can't operate and run it. Those are areas we need to look at. Thank you.